From the body cam of New Orleans police officer Deborah Spriggins, she handles what appears to be a routine accident involving an 18-wheeler and a car with 4 women. Within seconds of pulling up, the officer is approached by this man.
Yeah, she's scared. She's terrified. She did not hit him.
He gives his name.
My name is Eric.
E-R-I-C? Last name?
Johnson.
And his phone number.
5938.
The officer then turns to the woman driving the car.
Ma'am, what happened?
This is 63-year-old Lucinda Thomas of Houma. She emerges from behind the wheel of the Chevy Avalanche.
I don't know, it happened so fast. He hit the side of the truck and then started like pushing me over, and he never even stopped.
To me, she looks grandmotherly. She looks like she is totally legit.
The driver of the 18-wheeler disputes her account.
I saw her behind me and another silver truck behind her.
As if on cue, that truck, a Chevy Silverado, pulls up to the scene about 15 minutes later.
I got something. I'm going to trip your head out in a minute.
All right, sir.
You want water or Gatorade? Powerade?
Water's fine, it's fine.
In New Orleans, I would call that the where you at baby moment.
3 minutes later, the Silverado returns.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, baby.
Now listen, I got to tell you the truth. But look, he hit her.
Somebody else told me the same thing.
The dude over there.
The red shirt on.
By the time the officer is done assessing the scene, Thomas hears the words she's been waiting for.
I'm going to get you all of his information, ma'am. He's going to be at fault.
And that's the cha-ching moment. Cha-ching! When you look at her, try to digest the fact that she wants $1 million for her injuries.
Over the next 2 years, Thomas filed a lawsuit, underwent surgery, and was paid a settlement. Her passengers also got paid, but what appears at first glance to be a routine accident is anything but. The U.S. Attorney's Office said the entire accident was a scheme, an elaborate con job. This video is now one of many pieces of evidence the feds have obtained to reveal what the trucking industry has complained about for several years: staged accidents at the hands of a loosely organized ring of scam artists. It works like this: pack a car with people, sideswipe an 18-wheeler, then plant witnesses at the scene to blame the truck driver. Later, file a lawsuit claiming serious injuries.
There are the ones we all run into time and time and time again in New Orleans, and they have a good dog and pony show, and sometimes it's difficult to defeat it.
But in this accident, the tables have been turned. This federal indictment last month charges Thomas and her 3 passengers with conspiracy for staging the accident and wire fraud for collecting settlement checks. That second witness, he's charged with organizing the high-stakes hustle. Now let's watch segments of the video again. Seemingly innocuous details become very revealing. The first witness who approached the officer. As quickly as he appears, he's gone. The name and number he gave, bogus, yet he is included in the police report.
This is a rare commodity. Very rarely do you see a body cam video of the crime in progress.
Now let's listen again to the second witness. He portrays himself as an independent observer, but refuses to give his name.
So, can I get your name to put in the report? That's so fine. You ain't got to do it. I got the other guy.
Authorities say the voice belongs to this man, Damien LeBeau. After serving a 7-year prison sentence for manslaughter in the 90s, LeBeau collected settlements in 5 accident lawsuits over 8 years, then popped up as a witness in several others. The law firm representing the trucking company, Galloway Johnson, was the first to identify LeBeau. Suspecting the same scheme that has plagued truck drivers in New Orleans for years and increases insurance rates for everyone, they hired an expert.
The gentleman who sounds like Mike Tyson is in fact Damien LeBeau, according to the expert's report.
In the indictment, LeBeau is not a random witness at all. He's the ringleader. The feds say he drove the woman's car, lined up the accident attorney, even talking to the attorney before the collision. That lawyer has been identified through phone records as Daniel Patrick Keating, referred to in the indictment as Attorney A.
It's almost like Sting, the movie, where they've got a con game that they're playing.
6 days after the accident, now under indictment, LeBeau was connected to an almost identical 18-wheeler collision, again on Chef Mentor, only this one was exposed as fraud by a video camera mounted on the truck. While fighting a lawsuit filed in that accident, trucking company defense attorney Doug Williams revealed the video. The three plaintiffs dropped their suit, and their attorney withdrew from the case. That attorney? Daniel Patrick Keating. A lawyer representing Keating declined comment.
Those cameras right there saved somewhere between $150,000 and $250,000 just by capturing the fraud and us not having to go forward to defend it.
As defense attorneys studied the evidence in the two cases, they connected the dots. Take the Silverado. Here's the truck's distinctive two-tone side view mirror at the accident scene that the feds describe as a sham. Here it is hours after the accident with LeBeau leaning into it. And here is the same truck at the accident scene 6 days later. Defense attorneys uncovered that LeBeau again appears to randomly witness the wreck.
A picture's worth 1,000 words.
Before the FBI saw any of this, Lucinda Thomas and her passengers were grilled in depositions. Specifically, they were asked about phone records showing contacts between them, Damian LeBeau, and Keating, including before the accident. The explanation? Prior to LeBeau showing up as a witness, before the wreck even, the women say they drove beside a car with men smoking marijuana. Interested, they say they obtained a phone number from the men, a number that turned out to be LeBeau's.
And there's no judge or jury that's going to accept that explanation as being reasonable.
In more than 20 other New Orleans truck accidents flagged as suspicious, defense attorneys used similar tactics to fight back, obtaining videos, phone records, social media posts, then cross-referencing the same names across multiple cases. In 8 of those cases, federal judges have halted the suits due to, quote, the ongoing criminal investigation.
Now the mindset is, in large part because of the technology, we can prove a fraud, let's refer it to law enforcement.
Reams of evidence uncovered by attorneys for trucking companies is now in the hands of federal authorities. But for ordinary citizens, the impact goes way beyond truckers. State officials say Louisiana drivers pay an estimated $600 a year in extra insurance because of fraud.
This type of fraud affects everybody that carries insurance.
The impact on insurance rates is yet to be seen, but we have been assured that the federal investigation is active and expanding. Mike Perlstein, Eyewitness News.